Another thing I'd like to talk about is the Italian situation. Like I said, the Italians are just being as annoying as they can to the Russians as possible, taking Stalingrad and funneling more and more guys in there. In fact, if Italy could attack right now, it could very well take Moscow. Actually, it would. 2 AA guns, I brought it over from Italy because there are no Allied bombers in range of hitting it. And because he just built those 2 planes, I thought I might as well have more of a deterrent. So the Italians are helping as best they can. They're also making just as much as the Soviets and more than the British. So they're becoming a real economic power. So my options for the Italians in the coming turns are either to build a larger navy and use it to fight the annoying British Indian Navy, or I can start sending more and more heavy weapons over here, perhaps fighters, tanks, and more artillery, in a bid to capture more Soviet land. Another consideration is that the Anglo-Slavic contingent here in Poland is only a few steps away from Italy. There's only 1 German soldier in Czechoslovakia. If I were him, I would have used the British troops to attack Czechoslovakia. Actually, you know what? I'm going to start saying Hungary. I would have had those British soldiers, and there's also some tanks, I would have had them attack this place. I mean, it would have taken a bit of the Germans' money, would have boosted their own, but more importantly, it would have forced the Italians to place guys in the Balkans. Right now, the Balkans don't need to be defended at all, and if the Italians lose the Balkans, they also lose one of their bonuses, and the Italians won't be able to be as aggressive. So that alone, just that small British attack, would have forced the Axis to shift their strategy and force them to be even more defensive and less effective. Right now, he's letting Italy just be a complete thorn in his side. So if I were him, I would have attacked Hungary. He might attack it in the coming turns, however, I'm going to start sending more stuff over there. And within 2 turns, I'm going to have this massive German force attack Poland. We may not have the best odds in the world, but I mean, right now we don't, of course, but I'm going to build more artillery. I might even try to research super artillery, and I will have built more jet fighters. So we'll have some meat in our we'll have some meat. Also, the Germans are going to take Brazil, of course, like I said. So this is one consideration, very critical. The Italians are pretty much wide open for being pressured, but he's chosen not to. Instead, his British units are in Poland and in Ukraine, and they're not effective in this way because on the British turn, it would never be a good idea for those 2 British tanks right there to attack Bulgaria. Just awful odds. And on the Russians' turn, they can't utilize those British units, so basically they're just stationary defensive helpers. Yeah. So that's that. If I were to build an Italian navy, they would help defend the coast of Africa, because now this British fleet is able to attack Africa, and I would use the fleet to try to eliminate that fleet. And also I would prepare the invasion of India, which is one of the longer term projects for Italy, if the game doesn't end before then. So yeah, that's that. Thanks for watching.